Hello, mathematicians. In today's video, we're going to learn how to measure with different tools. And today we're specifically going to be working on measuring with different non-standard units. So you're going to need about 10 of these little blocks. You're going to need about 4 or 5 expo markers and one folder. I think you should use your red folder, but you can use any folder you want. If you don't have these materials yet, pause the video. When you're ready, let's get started. So why are we learning to measure with non-standard measurements using different tools? So that we can compare measurements and choose the best tool. If I want to measure my house, I'm going to use a different tool than if I'm going to measure the size of an orange. So it's important to know what different tools to use and how to use them. So remember that non-standard units are anything that you use to measure that is not on a ruler. So I could measure things with paper clips or tiles. I could measure it in water bottles or shoes as long as they're all the same size. Now, for this first exercise, I want you just to watch. So let's pretend that we need to measure the table for our class party. We need to put a tablecloth on it, and we need to know how big a tablecloth we need. So first, we can measure the table with note cards. Let's see how many note cards long this table is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's about 7 note cards. It's a little less, but it's pretty close. We can also measure it with coloring books. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this table is also about 4 coloring books long. So the reason we're measuring with different objects is because we need to pick the best tool, the one that's the easiest to measure with. Now I needed 7 note cards to measure, and I know that these note cards are each 7 inches long, so I can do the math on a piece of paper, and I can add up 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 7 times, or I can just use the coloring books, which I know are 1 foot long each. So if the coloring books are 1 foot long each, and I used 4 of them, I know this table must be about 4 feet long. So when I go to look for my tablecloth, I need a tablecloth that is at least 4 feet long. Do you see how using the non-standard tool that is about the right size can help you figure out the length that you need? Let's try one together. Let's see how long your folder is. So you're going to need your marker and your blocks and your folder. When you're all ready, then push play and we'll keep going. Okay, do this one with me. All right, let's measure with markers. 1, 2. It's about 2 markers long. And a marker is about 6 inches, so I think that this folder is about 12 inches because I can do 6 plus 6 is 12. Let's see how many blocks it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 blocks. Now each block is about 3 inches. So I can add 3 plus 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 to get 12 inches, or I can just do 6 plus 6 to get 12 inches. So I think this folder is going to be about 12 inches, and I think it's easier to measure with the bigger unit because I have to add less. So I think it's easier to measure with the markers because 6 plus 6 is easier for me to do in my head than 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. All right, go ahead and pause the video. You're going to measure the length of your laptop, this part right here, with markers and with blocks. Let's see which one you'll need the fewest of. All right, are you done measuring? Let's keep going. Let's see, I need 1, 2, about 2 markers to measure the width of the length of my laptop. There's a little left over, but it's not enough to need a whole new marker. So it's 2 markers. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks. So I think I would rather use markers because 2 markers is a lot easier to add than 4 blocks. Good job, boys and girls. Now you can measure with different non-standard units. Great work!